Mic check. It's your boy Dame Dozha here with my brother. Oh, he's not ready yet. Here with my brother Greg.
Countdown.
Oh, one more thing, Greg.
Countdown from 3.
The foam. The foam on your mic. Fix the knob, Greg. Pause. See? Once again.
You said phone or foam?
Foam.
So what am I supposed to do with this?
You didn't see what
I just fixed it.
Okay.
It's quite all right. See, in podcasting mode now. Like I'm in happy podcaster mode. And then pretty soon, it might be rager. But right now we're gonna be happy. And we're gonna count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Dame Dozha here with my brother
DJ Deceptacon
and this is the Word on the Net podcast. And we have another episode with our great friend Greg. G Will.
ENT.
G Will.
AKA GWE.
AKA Gregory.
Yeah. Like I ain't gonna say that because
Like Gregory Hines.
Well, I was gonna say like Dick Gregory.
Dick Gregory, yes, that's a good.
But then again,
famous guy, another famous guy. Pause.
But hey, much respect. You know what I'm saying? Dick Gregory is one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. So we ain't even really got to pause Dick Gregory.
That's right.
But it is podcaster mode. You know what I'm saying? And we have a extra special guest who I don't know too much information about, but DJ Deceptacon, you've been working with Mike for a while. So what could you give me a short intro on Mike and your relationship?
Mike D.
So
You I was about to say he's talking to me, sir.
Hey.
See, we got to train Greg. It's all right though.
I'm the manager.
This is Greg's first time at the table.
Yes, my time at the table, but y'all better buckle up.
Normally he's not at the table, so yeah.
So Mike D.
He's at the big
right
kids
here.
table today, so we're gonna go ahead and
let it roll.
The big kids table, but
it's my boy
D.
Mike D. So Mike D has been an artist for quite some time, and he's been a dedicated artist for quite some time, as well as a dedicated father and dedicated husband. Dope guy, man. He actually has really good rhymes, you know what I'm saying? He has good presence on the microphone. He has good presence in real life. And, when we met through Greg, you know what I'm saying? We did meet through Greg, right?
Yes.
Unfortunately. So we met through Greg, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? And Mike put out some dope tracks, including one with one of my favorite artists, Schoolie.
Thank you.
And that was pretty dope. They recorded that at my last studio that I had over in the Metropolitan Lofts, and that was pretty damn cool, man. Who's Big Dev, Big Dev, right? He was involved in that too.
Hey, Dev, it's hard.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
So,
shout out.
But ever since then, man, we've been locked in. He's been definitely, pushing some things. He did some real man shit, you know what I'm saying? Some Family Guy shit first, you know what I'm saying? He had to get his family and stuff straight, and he jumping back into it hard. So, definitely that's my boy Mike D.
Appreciate that.
Well, I didn't even know he had that much history, with in the industry. So I am very, very I'm just interested to learn a little more today. So along with everybody else, I'd like to welcome Mike D to the Word on the Net podcast, man.
Thank you. Good to be
Mike
here.
D, not to be confused with Mike D from the Beastie Boys.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Much respect. But give him an intro of who you are and what you do, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm from my name is Mike. My last name starts with a D. You know what I'm saying? I'll let y'all figure that, the rest out. But I'm from Macon, Georgia. Born in the south of Georgia, where the hip hop is very much appreciated and respected. And, just growing up, I just always just listen to certain type of music. And, I realized like how much in the importance of living in Georgia, the history background that, the earlier generation of the music started, it's just very appreciative that, we get that type of, historic background and love. And, I've just been kind of just on my own wave since I gotten older and try to create my own craft.
And coming out of the country, Macon, do y'all consider Macon the country? It is like one of the cities Georgia, but it's a lot of country towns around Macon.
Absolutely,
so,
yeah.
And do Macon consider themselves country?
I would consider Macon to be southern. I wouldn't say necessarily country. There is country parts, but I think a lot of people overlook is like Macon is kind of like a little mini Atlanta because I lived in both. I lived in Atlanta for 7 years. I lived in Macon my entire life. So they have similarities. The differences is the size and the population, but we still rock the same. It's just
It ain't really that far. It's like 2 hours away. So
yeah, we neighbors. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So and we got Otis Redding and all that stuff that we look up to down there, and then when we come up here, we respect the legends like T.I. You know what I'm saying? Outkast, stuff like Jeezy. You know what I mean? Like we respect like the old time ATL rappers because that's what we listen to down there. So we have an appreciation for the Atlanta, culture and the music history and all that. So, we just try and just live up to, the small, city life, but we dream big. And, if you want to make that dream happen, you come up to Atlanta and you pursue that. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, what got you into making music like early?
Man, I just love poetry as a kid. Elementary school, you would have everybody reading comic books or, certain type of things. I prefer poetry because when I grew up, I saw patterns when I was reading. I love riding with my mom back in the day because she used to always play all type of music. And it would just put me into a whole different, just love. You know what I mean? Like I used to always just love listening to everything. But what really attracted me the most was the rhythm, the beats, the patterns, just learning, everything that you can to create music and make it well. You know what I mean? So I think I just fell in love with the hip hop, industry and genre more than any other genre. So I pursue that more than anything else.
Now hold on. I didn't see the newest, baby.
Yeah, man. So I
did I miss it? Yeah, you was on the right page.
I got 3 kids, man. Yep.
I didn't see the newest, baby.
2 boys and a girl. Yep.
Yeah, man. Family man.
Go ahead, Mike.
So I want to ask you, Mike, how did having a family change the way you were creative?
So I think the creation never left. I think the creation changed. I put all my heart and all my priorities into one thing until I started having kids. And then when I had kids, I realized there was something a little bit more important than what I thought was important. Right. And I wanted to be involved in my kids. And I took some time away from the music industry and to really focus on being a man and raising my family and building a great foundation. So when I do have time to myself, I can come back and create. But I wanted to make sure my foundation and my family and my priorities were taken care of first and foremost.
Right.
So that's what I've been doing for a while. You know what I mean? But now I'm back and it feels great to be here. And, I just wanted to let everybody know, like I'm pursuing my dream still, just because you have kids and you run into roadblocks or whatever you want to call it, you still don't have to give up and,
Yeah,
say,
if you're a true creative man and that's just something that you love to do, there's always a time that you can get into it if you got your priorities and things like that.
Exactly.
In order.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, man, that's honorable, man. To be a father and still like be creative. Do you see that in your kids? Like basically, is creativity being passed down?
I do, man. Like I'll walk in the hallway and I'll see, my kids in their rooms just being creative, just using their young minds to explore and to figure out things in the world. And I remember when I came up as a kid, I was so creative. I never stopped, learning different things, man. It's just
just so cute. Just so cute, man.
Like I do it for them, though. First and foremost, bro, like I anything, however I move, man, I have a purpose for them. You know what I mean? Like I live through them, and the rest is just complimentary. But I really live for them, and I still have my passion and my goals and my dreams. But most importantly, I want them to be successful, and whatever it takes, I'm gonna be there for them.
You got some strong genes, Mike.
Because
that little boy looked just like you. Square head and all, man. It's crazy. I got a square head too. You know what I'm saying? I got a square head. But it's like his head, that boy head look exactly like his daddy.
All right, so early on, Mike, you have worked with Atlanta legends. You worked with, people that were in the street, and you worked with folks that were on the come up in the industry, right?
Yes, sir.
What are the differences in what I would say, like the major features and the folks that you just collabing with, for you, like what when you going into it, is it the same mind state?
Well, it's different because it's all about being at the right place at the right time, and it's all about networking correctly and building genuine relationships. Yeah. Not using people to get to the next step. It's actually utilizing the connections that you have and genuinely like having relationships with those people to keep growing, to keep excelling into whatever goal that you're trying to reach.
Because I'm gonna speak from a media's perspective, right? But it also works hand in hand. Right. So if I were to do an interview with, say, Charleston White, I don't genuinely want to have a relationship with Charleston White. Right. Me personally. But I understand what he brings to the table as far as his reach and his audience. So also but I feel what you're coming from when you're doing a feature with an artist and you want the music and the campaign after the music to be at its best, you want it to be a little more genuine. But at the same time, sometimes you are just getting a feature to invest.
Right. So I can explain more on that. So when it comes to business, you got to keep business and personal things separate.
Right. Correct.
But at the same time, there is a purpose to the business that you're pursuing. So I've always enjoyed listening to Rich Kids. I've always been a fan of Schoolie. I've always been a fan of ATL music. You know what I mean? Like I love the Southern hip hop culture. Like I love that. And so when I came up, I realized when I was chasing my dream that I was going to do whatever it takes to reach that pursuit. And, thankfully I had a great team behind me, and I told them my goals and I told them my dreams, and, we worked out a plan and we executed it. And so, on the business side, it was correct and it was professional and it was the way it needed to be. But on the personal side, it was everything that I dreamed of. You see what I'm saying? So it's all about,
and that's as genuine as it gets.
But see, I think the thing that people overlook is that it's all about where you're at in your career. I was still young. I was still early in my career. So when I did the track with Schoolie, and then I got to meet some of the Rich Kids, group.
The feature might have been a little too big for your britches a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. I was definitely overwhelmed for sure with the excitement of knowing that he might walk in that studio room for real. Because I did pay the deposit. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like he still got to arrive. And when he arrived, it was just a bittersweet moment because it's like maybe we're doing something right. And that just shows me that if you get on that ladder and you climb, sky's the limit. You see what I'm saying? So I didn't look at it as just all the way as a business point of view. I looked at it as like this is a complete goal that we all came together as a team.
And he showed out on the track. So that was pretty cool too. He came in and he gave him a real feature. He didn't give him a bullshit feature. He gave him a real feature. He took his time and actually did a good feature, bro. Like I actually still like it. The song's called Arctic. And I still like that song to this day.
But you can't really control that all the time. That don't really be in your control. But like he said, if you if you're seeking genuine relationships, then it'll work out a little bit better than if it was just something like, folks just feel like they could just take advantage or not even taking advantage. They just may not be into it. You know what I'm saying? They may not be feeling the song.
Well, I would like to piggyback off of this. It's all about doing your research, right? So if you're going to do a feature with somebody who's bigger than you, right? Or has a way bigger of a following than you,
or reach, right?
Then you need to do your research on how he flows or how he or she flows. You need to realize, what type of music they make. And if y'all correspond together and y'all can make a song that, really matches together, then that's a great thing. I think the thing with me is I listened to all of Schoolie's music when I was growing up, and I knew that it could be a possibility that I could do a song with him, and I wanted to make it count, you know, because it was a now or never situation. And, you know, I knew I'd probably never get another opportunity like that. So I really did my studying, and when I made the track, I made sure to include a lot of things that he can bounce off of. And when he got there, I didn't look at it as a business, you know, a business exchange. I looked at it as like, this is a personal studio event, and I'm going to be very genuine towards, you know, the guy that I spent bread on.
Yeah.
Because I was always a fan, but at this point, we were making a project together.
Right.
And so I realized, yeah, exactly. So we were coworkers, but I still respect my coworkers.
Right.
And I was going to be genuine about it. And I let him know, like, hey, I appreciate everything that you've done over the years. You know, you really changed my life with the music. And, you know, I think he found that as an appreciation, and he went in and took it seriously instead of just a check.
Right.
And to this day, I will always respect Schoolie for that. So it was a great memory and a great moment. And I just hope to keep growing from that, you know. So
yeah, man. So what are things during your break? What are things that you did besides like the cliche of making money?
mm-hmm.
What are other things you did to keep your skills and like interest intact?
Just never stop working, right? Like if you have a passion for something, you never just fully stop doing it. Like if you enjoy playing basketball, yeah, you might not be on a team, you might not be on a league, but you might every now and then go to the park and get some shots up, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's how it is with me, you know. Like I'm working, I'm being a full-time father. I know I ain't got time to come up here and go to the studio and do all the music industry things, but at the same time, I'm still working on myself, and I'm also working as, you know, as an artist. So it's like you never stop creating. Once you're a creator, you're always a creator. It's just different levels to it. So I think I always kept that in the back of my mind. I always just kept creating, because the time, you know, that I do have to come and create, I'll be ready. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know when your moment, when a moment might happen. So you got to be ready for every opportunity, and you know, you don't ever have to get ready if you stay ready. That's pretty much the outlook I look at it, because I am an artist. I'm a creator. I'm very artistic, and you know, if I could do this full time, I would. But I gotta pay the bills. I gotta feed the kids, and you know, it's just life.
Yeah,
you know?
It's all about strategy. It's all about content, really, right now too.
It is.
So you know what I'm saying. That's something that, you know. Of course, we're gonna talk about it since you're jumping back in. You know what I'm saying. We definitely gonna chop it up and make sure that we have a good game plan going forward, because you already started off on the right foot and you keeping it going. You know what I'm saying. That just makes it so much easier. You know what I'm saying, because you already have a good foundation.
Exactly, and that's how I look at it, because like, out of all the things that I've done,
What up, Greg?
I've just always kept growing from them, and I've always gotten better and better. And it's like, why would I just drop everything and stop doing what I'm doing because I don't have enough availability? No, man. If you got a purpose and you got a goal and you got a dream, you got to keep chasing it. You know, no matter how it looks. You know, so I'm just thankful to be here. You know, I'm thankful to keep going, and you know, I got a good group of people around me. So you know, I have a solid team.
Okay, so now that you're on your comeback, and you're a great guy. Like I'm saying, I've liked talking to you off camera, but now you're an artist and you're on the podcast. And Mike D Entertainment, is that the only social media that you have on Instagram?
Yeah, so I'm Mike D Entertainment, all platforms: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever you want to call it.
Which one's your favorite?
Well, I prefer Instagram and Facebook. I'm kind of old school. You know, I know I still look young, but I'm almost in my 30s. So, you know, I'm
almost in my 30s. Oh, I like that. Whatever. Alleged. Get just all alleged answers. You know what I'm saying? I like that. Almost in my 30s. You know what I'm saying? You could be 26. You could be 28. You could be 29.
I'll let y'all figure that one out.
Yeah. I like that. I like your style. So, yeah. So, you said you old school. That don't sound too old school. But Instagram and Facebook, right?
Right.
And so if that's your favorite, why? Why not TikTok?
I like TikTok. I think it's just a lot going on. You know, a lot of people can get viral off of it. I think the thing about it for me is when you're an entertainer, you want to be seen. And even if it's 5 seconds or 15 seconds, it doesn't matter. But I think the biggest importance to me is is that you want to build a foundation in your fan base, right? I don't want somebody just to look at me for 5 seconds and then swipe to the next video. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Instagram and Facebook are more personal. You know, as you're scrolling, you have the chance to really stay and look at something for a while as long as you want to.
And every social media platform has its pros and its cons, man, and it all fits depending on it's all according to whatever you're doing, really. Your audience, your personality, right?
Right.
So, like you pointed out, hey man, I'm kind of old school, like, and for the new school, TikTok has been the breeding ground. But I also, me personally, we all kind of it's not even a personal thing. It's kind of TikTok fits more variety, I would believe, right, of people. It's more diverse to me because when I get on TikTok, I'm experiencing the Chinese culture. I'm experiencing the Japanese culture. I'm experiencing black, white people. I'm experiencing, you know what I'm saying, like from all over the country. And my Facebook and my Instagram is kind of incubated to what I, who I follow and more so, right?
Commonly watch.
Right.
Right.
But it's still now, so the algorithm now is kind of spreading out. Like, I'm getting more engagement from non-followers than ever before. And I'm realizing that I don't want followers anymore. Like, I don't want friends on Facebook. Facebook is failed book to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
These people just want to see me fail or see me go up to come down. What goes up must come down, but also what is down will eventually come up if it's in motion and if it's, you know what I'm saying, if you put some effort to it. But I just feel like the more folks that actually knew me or had a connection, then that gave them leeway to ask for discounts. They gave them leeway to ignore not my accomplishments, but ignore what I'm campaigning for. Ignore what I'm necessarily selling. And so I had to think about it like Michael Jackson didn't probably have friends, but we didn't. You didn't know the friends. Like it wasn't a public thing. And now social media is making everybody like damn their life all public. So like if somebody stopped following somebody, it's news. It'd be like, oh, he such and such stopped following such and such. What's going on?
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm thinking about it like, man, if we all in the game to really like, if you in the game to be seen because you want your music to be heard, or maybe you just want to be creative in that way. Find your niche, pump, you know what I'm saying, and go after it. But for me, Facebook is not where it's at.
So, go ahead, finish.
Go ahead.
I thought you
That's
done.
That's it.
So, honestly, this is the whole thing. I'm old enough and young enough at the same time. I'm 37, so I'm old enough and young enough at the same time to really see all of it for what it is. It's a tool, man. People take social media in general too serious. From looking for validation from it, or looking from hate from it, or just even worried about people following or unfollowing or anything else in between. It's a billboard, man. That's all it is.
It is.
It's a billboard. If you have 20 billboards in your city and you could put your face on every billboard in that city, it will get you followers. It will get you it will get your business noticed. It's marketing. That's all it is. It's just it's basically a free billboard. Now, it's not so much free anymore because you got to pay for some advertising, right?
Yeah,
but it's basically a free billboard. So like my thing about it is, man, look, I ain't gonna lie. I don't even look at my numbers most of the time. You know what I'm saying? It's like my girl had to tell me like, oh, babe, this video is doing good, da 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 da. And I'm like, cool.
Right.
But other than that, it's just like, fuck that. I'm putting out what I want. I'm putting out what I think is nice. I need to put out more content. I do understand that. Right. But I want it to be on every platform because every platform now officially has its own demographic. So Facebook isn't great for emerging musicians to get discovered, like in comparison to TikTok. Why though? Because Facebook's demographic is 40 plus. The majority of Facebook users are 40 plus. Then when you go to Instagram, it's between 22.
That's
It's the
that's
eight,
not necessarily.
you could look at it if you want to. They just came out with a report. My numbers might be slightly off. Old niggas are on Facebook. Not so old niggas are on Instagram. Young niggas are on Snapchat and TikTok. That's the number. That's by the numbers. That's by the numbers
Let me
for
get up in
each
it.
social media, reported by each social media. So each social media platform said, hey, this is what our demographic is. This is the type of people that are using our platform at its peak. Right. You see what I'm saying? YouTube is probably the most diverse out of everybody. It has everybody from babies all the way up to 80-year-olds that are on YouTube. They're probably the most diverse. But for every one of those social medias, it has a major demographic, and it's set up like that based off of who uses it and why. So because of that spread, you can either decide my music is for old niggas, cool. If my music for old niggas, then that's what my music's for. I need to only go on the platform old niggas are at, right? If my music's for young people, I probably should only push where the young people are, and then the other social media is not pay as much attention to.
Music just doesn't work on Facebook.
Why do you say that?
I disagree.
It does.
I disagree also.
Okay.
Who music is working on for Facebook? Like, who did you discover on Facebook and music wise?
Actually, I have.
Oh, go ahead. You can say somebody. You say yours, and I got a couple people as well.
I want to say something before y'all go. Okay, there's an artist in Michigan that we're doing a show in Ann Arbor, Michigan, at the University of Michigan, April 11th. His name is Macaulay Rock. His following is better. He's 25. His following is better on Facebook in the North, because in the North, Facebook is where it's at. Now, to your credit, Dame, and to your credit, Sep, you are right. It just depends on where you're at. But he's 25, and he markets. He's an artist. He markets. I've seen his numbers, and I've seen the when he goes to his shows. That's why we're putting this show together on April 11th in Ann Arbor, Michigan, at the University of Michigan. We're right there.
And you're selling tickets off Facebook.
Well, we're selling tickets.
Well, I mean, like,
we're selling. Yeah, we're selling.
Using Facebook as.
We're using.
I stand corrected on that.
But it's a good conversation though. But see, I'm the one that's facilitating his growth and everything. But to your point, you're absolutely right. Both of y'all are right. Everybody's right, but
it's all perspective. It's
that part.
I'm speaking from my perspective as far as.
But I know his show is going to sell out because we only have a certain amount of people. But the folks in Michigan have told me that Facebook is what they are like wild off of. Now down south, that's more Instagram. But to your point, you're absolutely right. Social media, if you look at the averages, but you got to look at the averages. Remember, if it's 40, if the average is 40, that means there's people 54 my age, but there's folks that are like, in their early 20s or in their teens
that are still on the platform. Yeah,
that's still on the platform. So it has to be an average out. He just happens to Macaulay Rock. You see this,
He developed his fan base through Facebook.
Yeah, he is. He's doing it. That's why I agreed to
that's
do the
the
show
billboard. That's the billboard that's closest to the highway by his house.
Right, exactly. So
that's how I look at that. That's the billboard close to the highway by his house. Right. So that's where his shit is.
He's 25, but there's a lot of younger people that went to high school with him that are still following him, and most of those, I would say 80% of those are females.
I would like to chime in on this because I think there's a very important thing for especially the younger people who are trying to come, up and coming, trying to be an artist or just anybody having any type of goals in their life. If you're going to promote yourself and market yourself, you need to know exactly how you're doing it because you can market yourself in the wrong way. So
right. I agree.
So here's the thing, obviously, I'm still in my late 20s, right? So I can gravitate towards Instagram and Facebook better than TikTok and Snapchat. And I'll tell you why. For one, I'm married, so I don't have a Snapchat. Therefore, there's different rules and regulations with that with your significant partner. But I'm off of Snapchat. When I had one, I was in high school. So I was a young kid. So I feel like Snapchat is still for the younger era. TikTok to me is pretty much like a YouTube reel. They're short videos, which means it gravitates to the younger crowd because they have short attention expansion. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to watch something for 25 minutes. You know what I'm saying? They want to stay constantly moving.
I have a touche, but keep going.
And the thing about it is, for me, is that like I relate more to Instagram and Facebook because it's more personal. So if I'm trying to gravitate to the people that I know to support me in what I'm doing in my business, because I do have my own LLC for this music stuff, I want to gravitate to the people who are going to, financially support me long term. And now with the short term love and, all that, that's great. But see, the thing that makes or breaks an artist is you have to continuously keep gravitating to the fans and letting them know that they're part of something, right? And make it more personal than just thank you for liking my music, have a nice day, right? Because as an artist, you do appreciate the people that, support you, and you do appreciate the new fans that you get and all that. So it's a lot that goes into it. But I think the thing about it for me is I can literally post something on my Facebook, like music video or a song, and I'll have different age groups like it, and I get more support on Facebook through that way because it's more people that I know personally instead of just a TikTok follower that I don't even know, but I like their videos, right? TikTok is very quick and it's very fast, and there's a lot going on, just like YouTube. And so I feel like for me, Instagram and Facebook works better for me. I think it's all about your age and really what you're just trying to promote and what you're trying to market. If you want to be a content creator, by doing like workout videos or something, TikTok and YouTube might be your thing, but if you're trying to build a loyal fan base, you have to get more personal. And I feel like you can get more personal through Instagram and Facebook than TikTok, because I think TikTok is more of an entertainment show than a personal show.
Okay, well, I'll stand corrected because my perspective is mine. I do disagree with you because I don't feel that I don't want any personal, right?
Right.
I want a strictly, especially I got on social media as to not be personal with anybody.
Right.
I have my Facebook is Brian Jones, and I have Dame Dozha Facebook. I'm never on Brian. I'm Dame Dozha on social media, and It's not personal, right? So I had to realize that I may have been making it too personal because there's a lot of people that I know personally that are not interacting with me whatsoever,
right?
And they're leaving me basically. If I'm doing call outs, if my material calls for me to interact, they're not interacting with me. So the algorithm also had to evolve, but I also had to find different platforms, YouTube and TikTok, that allowed me to reach more people that it wasn't a personal connection. But I also respect Greg's artist who has a personal connection with his audience, and I respect what you're saying. And I also feel that you can be more, since you are a personal dude. As far as you have, I went to your Instagram and I seen your family, so to speak. I don't think that the social media like TikTok, there are older people that are very popular on there.
Oh, true.
There are people with families that are popular on there. I think that making content, you have to evaluate like what you are okay with, what your values are, and what you're okay with. But I encourage people that if you are creative and you do have a family and stuff like that, you can use that to your advantage in the way that just doing stuff with your family. Or, I can't wait to, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, anybody want to start a content family or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You got a couple of kids. Long as you ain't got too many kids. Any women out there that want to start a content relationship, you know what I'm saying? Hit me up. I'm Dame Dozha, you know what I'm saying? On all platforms, you know what I'm saying? I'm with it. We can get to it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you may have to, I'll cook. You may have to, you know what I'm saying? Struggle for a minute, you know what I'm saying? But that's going to be a part of the story. But we'll get to that part later, man. But yeah, man, if you're gonna be open, man, go for it, man. That's all I'm saying. But I feel like pick the right platforms and or the Deceptacon say, go for all of them.
I think you should go for all of them all the time. You never know.
Right.
And then it's a lot of times, even with people reposting the exact same content, but because they posted it on the same platform, they posted it this week, it did nothing. Then next week it blows up. You know what I'm saying? A whole reposted it, it blew up that time. It just depends on who's seeing what at what time and how much interaction is happening on that post when it happens, right? But more importantly than anything else, and this goes for everybody with whatever you're trying to do, stop trying to impress people who come from where you're from.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's very important to have a home-based fan base. I'm not saying that, especially as an artist, you want your home city to rock with you, right? But at the same time, bro, it's 7 billion people plus on this planet, almost 8 billion now.
Well, let me chime
in. You gotta expand, because what reason being is if me and you go to high school together, you go to the fucking NFL, you're still Mike D from high school. I played football with you.
Right.
You feel me? I remember you when the time that you got knocked on your ass when we were doing drills or whatever.
At practice.
Who gives a fuck though? You're in the fucking NFL and I'm not.
Yeah.
You feel me? But I'm not gonna feel like I'm either gonna, it's one of two ways. Either I'm gonna feel super connected to you and super support you because you're where I'm from, or I'm gonna hate on you. Because I feel like, what's the difference between me and you? We came from the same fucking place. So that's the hometown mentality that happens to every fucking person who does anything, whether it's business, school, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Who will support you is people who have no idea who the fuck you are.
Exactly.
They'll support you for nothing.
And I look at it like this, man, because I like what you say about the hometown thing, because I've experienced pros and cons with that, right? When I first started off making music, and then I ended up having an actual catalog to go off of, I started performing, right? Well, when you start performing and you do it legitimately, there is a thing called tickets that you have to sell, right? So I can't sell a ticket to somebody. If I'm in Georgia, let's say Atlanta, Georgia. If I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, and I got a show next weekend, and I can't sell a ticket to a guy
in Wisconsin
or Iowa.
Yes, you can. You know why? Because of social media. You don't have to sell the actual ticket. Just like Twitch is the same way. You might not get that person that's in your city to buy the Twitch subscription, but it could be gifted to them. Are you familiar with Twitch?
Yeah.
Okay, so like gift this up.
I'm currently not on Twitch, but I do follow up with the Twitch trend that's going on.
So let me break it down to what I'm saying. If your fan base is in Ann Arbor, Michigan, for instance, right? And you're here in Atlanta, you got a show next week. Your fan base in Ann Arbor can pay for the tickets that you need in order to make the show make sense. And you can literally give those tickets away to the people that are here that don't know you. Paid for by your supporters who can't make it.
Right.
Them ticket sales are still there, and now you got a whole new fan base off of those tickets.
But still, man, I don't know, man.
If the radio station could give away free tickets to concerts in order to promote the concert, you could do the same.
But that's it's
the same thing. How?
Him giving me a free ticket and him not having a hit song, you know what I'm saying? I may not be interested in coming. Ticket
sales is what mattered, though. That's what I'm saying. The point of the show is, and Greg knows this better than anybody, you have a cost affiliated with the show. If you sell enough tickets, it offsets your cost, you make a profit. The show, I ain't gonna lie, it's important to have people actually see you on the show. But in today's age, the video of you being on stage performing is almost more important than who all actually comes, because it spreads farther. So if you got paid, okay, let's switch it up.
Okay.
Let's switch it up. No. It's business. Let's switch it up. Let's switch it up. If you got paid for a show, if I called you Mike D and you're in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and I told you I got $1,500 for you for a show.
Back end.
On the front, just right now, I'm going to pay you $1,500 to come and do a show.
Okay.
Are you really about to ask me how many people are going to be there before you take that money? Or are you going to be like, I'm getting paid $1,500 for a show. I'm going to show up and do my job.
That's a good question. It depends on who you asking. See, me, I have morals, right? I want to reach people.
Understood.
Do I want to put money in my pockets and feed my family? Hell yeah, for sure. I think everybody in this room would prefer that, right? But I think the biggest thing for me is that I want to reach people, right?
Understood.
It's not when I make music, it's not just personal to me. I want to make it personal for everybody else. If I can gravitate to somebody and somebody can relate to what I'm talking about and what I'm speaking about in my music, then I win. Like
Correct.
I want to touch people with my.
And the artist
So
ain't
take
coming
that,
out. If ain't
take
nobody
that $1,500
Listen, ain't
and pay
nobody
for
at-
radio
if ain't
ads. You're
nobody
getting
at the
paid to
show,
come out.
So if ain't nobody at the show, the artist ain't gonna come out.
Let me ask you this.
Pay
Let me ask you this.
15
Let me
take
ask you
the
this.
$1,500 you're getting paid up front and buy radio ads. What I'm saying is the point of you can't do shit in this world without funding. Number one.
You have to pay to play. I get that.
Exactly. So if whether your hometown people paid for the tickets and you made money, or somebody paid you up front for a show and you made money, you can take that money and use it as the tool that it is for whatever
Correct.
you need.
And I've had both situations.
Yeah.
I've had people from my hometown, Macon, Georgia, buy tickets, and they would text me a couple hours later and say, "Hey man, something came up. I can't make the show. Don't worry about the refund. Like I'll support your music for for Philly, and like
Right.
I want you to like go out there and rock out."
Right.
The problem is that if you're an independent artist and you haven't blown up and made it yet, you're at a small venue. And it holds probably 150 people. And you got about 10 people in the crowd, but it's from an other artist that's in that hometown. All their hometown like friends and everybody came out for that artist. And you sold 25 tickets, but you only got 2 people that showed up to your show. That's not a good look, man.
Okay, so
it's not a good look.
Here's my point. This is my point of it.
Okay.
If those people can't make it, right? If let's say you said the venue holds 100. Did you sell enough tickets overall to have people in there?
Let's break it down.
With the people who couldn't make it at all.
Let's break it down like this. Let's use 100 as an example, right?
Okay.
Let's do 4 artists.
Okay.
4 artists have to sell 25 tickets
Yes.
to equal out 100 people capacity,
Yes.
right?
So you only need 25 people. Okay.
If the room holds 100 people and you got 4 people performing, yes, it sucks to go out there on that stage and see just 5 people in the crowd. It sucks to see 10 people in that crowd, knowing that there should be 100, right?
Okay.
So therefore, I'm going to push harder for my hometown friends and family and future fans in my hometown because I can be more personal with them to come out to Atlanta that's 2 hours away to support me. And then I get visuals with my cameraman while I'm at my show to capture all the people that's in the crowd that supported me. And then I post it on TikTok or Facebook and Instagram. People from Iowa, Wisconsin, people that look at my stuff on social media with people actually having my merchandise in the crowd, singing the lyrics, rapping the lyrics, you know what I'm saying? Really like feeling the vibe in that building. It's electric, man. It's nothing. Yes, you can pay. You can pay for people to like your stuff. You can pay for numbers.
Yes.
What you cannot pay is authentic. Exactly. Like
Right.
you
Right.
can't pay for that.
Audience.
The core fan base.
Organic and authentic audience is what's missing in the game today.
And that's what's
why-
wrong with the music industry.
And there are people that are out here that are touring that can fill up whatever venue.
Yeah, but how did they get there? So you're okay. If a person did that, all right, name me one of these people who could fill up a decent sized venue that ain't spent shit on their promotions and marketing. That ain't spent shit on their promotions and marketing. Lil Baby spent a lot of fucking money before he could fill up shit.
But he was making money, you know what I'm saying, to spend it. Like,
and then I'm gonna be honest too. I'm gonna be honest too. We gotta. I would much rather you talk about a pop artist or something like that versus like, no offense to Lil Baby or any of the rap artists that we love and idolize. Most of them have made their money different type of ways. Not saying what ways, but different type of ways that have extreme life-changing risk attached to them.
Right.
So yes, if you do that, sure. Yeah, cool. If I got bricks, bro, I got the bread to blow to make people love me, bro. Because all they're doing to do that is they're popping bottles $400-$500 a piece in the club. They buying jewelry $200,000 on their neck for people to fake love them.
Okay,
and those fake people who fake love them for what they got and what they do for them are the people who become real fans later. That's how it goes.
So let me ask you this. What advice do you have to someone who wants to build a bigger fan base, but is not financially there? Because you said that they could pay for marketing and promotions.
Yes.
But what about the people who are just starting out that can't afford that?
I think people underestimate how little amount of money it takes now. That's the problem. People underestimate how little amount of money it takes, especially if you have ingenuity. Dame, you, sir, how much have you paid for marketing this year? Just to ask. You don't have to say, but just to ask.
Not enough. None.
Okay, then. Did your fan base grow this year?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. So you made a way out of nothing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Are you now monetized on any platform? Do you have a monetization on any platform?
No.
We're sitting on one. Stop lying.
Well, yeah.
Okay, boom. So
I
now,
didn't
so
gain-
now,
I didn't
no, it's
gain
cool, it's cool,
monetization.
it's
I didn't
cool.
gain monetization.
You gained it on it. We did that last year. It was last year,
I'm talking
but
about-
okay,
you
cool.
said this year.
I said this year, but you have a monetized platform. I'm just saying, I hate the word can't, too much, too hard,
You said
too
how much I
whatever.
spent
It's too
on
much
this
shit.
year, and then so I thought you meant so.
It's
I
still
gained
pointed.
this year.
It's still no.
You said, did I gain more fans?
You
I said,
did.
yeah.
All you did was put in more effort, though. I watched it.
Yeah.
You put in more effort. You changed your mindset a little bit. You stopped worried about the hometown motherfuckers and who wasn't supporting you. Because I talked to you about that 1,000 times.
It wasn't that though.
So
We talked
out of
about
all
it.
your fans,
Let's-
out of all your new fans, how many of them are from Jacksonville that you know personally?
That was my original point.
I'm saying most of them aren't your people from Jacksonville that you know personally, right?
No.
They're not, right?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't.
So again, it doesn't take no real budget to get a core fan base. You gotta stop focusing on people that's so close to you that
No,
they can
listen,
see past the
listen.
costume of Superman.
No.
Superman is Clark Kent every other day.
I don't agree to that.
I don't agree. I don't agree with
Okay,
that
why?
either. I don't agree with that either.
And what I'm
Why?
saying is
You did it.
No.
You did it.
But-
your current success is based off of what I'm saying, but you're saying you don't agree.
Let's hear your explanation.
all right. It's two different things, right? Because I'm in media.
Okay.
Whenever we have the conversation of the people around me that don't support me, because the algorithm was built that way, right? The algorithm was built that if you have people that follow you, but they don't engage, the algorithm will not send your stuff to other people that follow them. And it's a conversation of, hey man, if you decided to follow me today, then why aren't you never engaging in any of my stuff?
Right.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with having that conversation. I think that we stop having that conversation and there's something wrong with that. Like I go to a family reunion, right? None of my family watch any of my content. Well, I ain't gonna say none. But the majority of my family, we're not going to talk about my content, and that's cool. Like, we don't have to talk about it. It don't have to be a thing. But for that means that maybe I'm not doing anything that's interested to them. But I feel like that's kind of weird to me.
Bro, with my family, I'm the only entertainer in my family, right?
Listen,
my cousin Sierra.
It's weird in the way that they may not watch me, but they may watch someone that's completely a stranger, give them the same information.
It doesn't seem weird to me. You're Brian, bro. To them, you're Brian. You're their son, their nephew, their cousin, their aunt. Because that's where it needs to stay. Your family. Honestly, bro. Most people. Mike, do you bring your work home?
So I need to.
Do you bring your work home, or do you focus on your family when you're fucking home?
My full-time job, yes. I leave it at the job. I
Fucking
don't
right.
take it home with me.
Fucking right.
But this ain't-
He's not
but see,
Mike. He's not
this
Mike.
ain't that.
Whatever your
This is-
job is
I'm in a
when he's at
I'm in a
home.
different-
He's a dad. He's a father. He's a husband when he's home.
I think
That's what matters.
I think what Dame's
when
trying
you
to
go
say
home
is-
for real quick. When you go home for fucking Thanksgiving, bro, you're Brian, who they helped raise, who they were raised by, who they asked for personal advice, who they talked to about the spot that was on their arm that was bothering them. You're not fucking Dame Dozha. You're not fucking broadcast. Who gives a fuck? All the celebrities have the same stories, bro. Fucking Kanye West's daughter cares. One of the daughters cares a shit ton about who the fuck their father is, as far as what they do. The other ones just care that he comes home and spends time with them. They don't give a fuck about the rest of that shit. That's not their job. No, I'm saying that's not their job. Their job is to be your family, not your fans. So that's what I'm saying. They can also
it's
be
not
that.
about-
Some of your
I'm
family
not
can be
searching
your
for
biggest
fans.
fans.
I'm not
Okay,
searching for fans.
but the fans
But
are what
then-
makes your business go. Your business is what you're
What I'm
focused
saying
on.
is-
So why does it matter?
What I'm saying is around family, and it goes broader than family. It becomes like a friend thing, and then it becomes broader than that because some of these folks, we're not friends, we're not anything. You just decided to follow me one day. I didn't tell you to follow me. You decided to follow me and then decided to not engage. That's because you're learning. And because
they engaged by following you.
No, let me finish.
That works for the algorithm too.
But you made a point to say that they want me to be Brian. They don't want the you not wanting the person that you grew up with or being around or know personally to gain. I think it's an issue. I may not complain,
I think it's life.
But no,
I think that's life.
No.
If it happens to everybody, everywhere, all the time, that's cap.
It's an American thing.
It's not an American thing. It's not only American, bro. Ain't no fucking way. It's a worldwide thing. It's a human thing, bro. That's human nature.
But it's a little worse as the generations go.
Bro, the word jealousy has been around since before we've been even thought about, bro.
But there was more of a collective
When?
Just the last generation. You know what I'm saying? It's having an effect past.
There's always been leaders and followers, bro.
It's having an effect past people not progressing. You know what I'm saying, within their own community, right? It's having an effect past that because while at this same family event, right, no one has no connection. Mm-hmm. No one has no real conversation. It's just all fluff and bullshit.
Okay, wait.
Hold on.
What did those people do to foster that connection though? Because if you don't phone call your fucking family, then you're not gonna have a fucking connection with them because you didn't phone call your fucking family. If you don't call your fucking aunt and check on her and see how she's doing from time to time, fuck an Instagram or a Facebook. That's personal. That's family. Family you treat differently than the fucking internet.
No.
Period.
I think that there's a great area that we're missing here, right? Is that every family is different, every person is different, and where you're from is different, right? I think the thing that we're all trying to say here is that you can be successful in many different ways. What me and Dame are trying to say is I don't know where he's from. I'm assuming Florida. Yeah. So where I'm from is that everybody who knows me knows I play sports and I was always into music. Yeah. I was freestyling in high school. I was rapping against Young Jeezy's son in middle school. Yeah, like dead ass. So it's like when I turned 18 and I moved up to Atlanta and I changed my name to Mike D. You know what I'm saying? Like that was gonna be my career thing. Nobody was surprised. The thing that they were surprised about was that I reached out to my hometown people and I said, hey, look, I'm about to start a new journey. I'm about to chase my dream. Mm-hmm. If you support me, that's fine. If you don't, fuck you. But either way.
Say that again.
If you support me, that's great. If you don't, fuck you. But
and I'm
either way,
this, Mike. Hold on. Your wife now, but fiance at the time.
Yeah.
I said this when we were earlier today. That woman, she was down like 4 flat tires.
Right, but that's cool. But what I'm trying to say is that starting off as an independent artist, moving to a big city that you don't know nobody from scratch. Mm-hmm. I moved up here, I didn't know not a damn person. Right. I had to start networking and building up relationships and, introducing myself to different people so I can keep growing in my career, right? But the thing that I realize is that you have to have financial stability to keep moving forward if you want to progress. So I lean towards making Georgia to the people that I know, hey, I know we don't talk every day. I know we probably ain't talked in 2 years, but listen, bro, I've always loved music. I'm really chasing my dream out here, bro. It'd do me a solid, bro, if you could just drive up an hour and a half up here, bro, to come to one of my 8 o'clock shows, bro. Just be there, bro. Have a MDE shirt on, bro. Buy a $10 ticket, bro. And I promise you, I got you my next show. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all about
start somewhere.
It's all about use what you can to your advantage.
True that. I feel that.
And I'm utilizing my hometown to make me come up in this big ass city that we in. True. And then the people that I don't know that's in the crowd that came from other artists or just from the word of mouth, that's my chance to gravitate to those people. But my first priority before I go into a show is to make sure that my people are there. And then whoever I grab that's new, that's a blessing, and that's just another future fan that's gonna be at my next show.
For sure. I feel you on that.
But see, at the same time, you still got to market and you got to promote to other people. I get that.
I look at it from my experience, bro, that I have people who are extremely close to me and actually care about me a whole lot. Like if I actually needed them for something and I call them for something, they'll do it. Mm-hmm. A lot of times, they'll send money like, hey, bro, I was thinking about you, whatever. I remember what you did for me back way, whatever the fuck. And, here's some bread. Cool. Damn. Straight. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Do they follow me? Sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
Do they like any of my shit? No.
Yeah.
Or do they watch half of my shit? No. But that was real support. Their family, though. You feel me? They don't look at me as that. They look at me as the guy that helped them with their homework. They don't look at me as the DJ and whatever.
I only got one more thing to
do.
say because
Go ahead.
I
know it. I know it works for me. It's worked for me, and it's worked for me, and I've grown my shit based off of that principle.
I agree.
And I have way less animosity towards people because of it. Because I expect people to be people. I expect them to hate. I expect them to not hate. I expect them to support. I expect them to not support. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, and I tell everybody that all the time. I've never claimed to be from Atlanta, not one time, right? But right now, there's only a handful of people that I know that super support me from Jacksonville, Florida. In comparison to goddamn Illinois, I have a huge fan base in Indianapolis. What do you mean I don't put on for Jacksonville?
You don't put on for Duval. You don't really like.
What you mean?
You don't like lead with for Duval. Like you don't really.
What
go
do you
back
mean?
To Duval and put on entertainment wise.
What do you mean? Everybody from Duval that's an artist that knows me, I support. Everybody who's a media personality from Duval that knows me. Hell, I do more for Duval just because I fuck with you.
I know that. I'm not saying.
But see, but you're making my point, though.
You don't lead with.
You're making my point. I understand, but you're making my point. And I do more for just because I support Dame Dozha. I do more for the Duval scene than 90% of DJs in Atlanta, for a fact.
Right.
Or DJs from Jacksonville. Hell, if you want to say that. But the thing about it is, it's an unsung.
You don't put on, so you don't lead with that. Like you're just a DJ.
I don't brag on it. Is that what you mean? Because that's the one thing I don't do is brag on it. Like I'm one of Jacksonville's top DJs or something like that. I don't do that. Is that because that's the only thing that's missing if that's the case? Because people know I'm from Jacksonville, right? And then they know I do music. They know I'm somebody to talk to from Jacksonville about music.
Right. Well, so I got a session this here. I just
Trap know me.
We gonna do this again, Mike.
Absolutely.
I agree with you, DJ Deceptacon. My rebut to the conversation is, I wasn't really talking about my family.
I know. I'm just saying.
I got on social media as Dame Dozha. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like people, right? So the people that followed Dame Dozha, they followed my entertainment persona. It wasn't like a family thing. Mm-hmm. And what I'm saying is it's just some people that's in entertainment and I'm friends with. I've learned that I don't want the connection. Mm-hmm. I much rather there be no connection at all. Mm-hmm. And I'm just Walmart. I'm BT. I'm Tyler Perry. You have no connection with me whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like the people, and that's what I want. Now, I believe that that's just my perspective. And I respect the other perspectives of being a little more personal with your, community, and on social media.
Well, let me ask y'all this: T.I., Outkast, Jeezy, Gucci Mane, whoever's your favorite rapper in Atlanta. If you live in Atlanta or you're from Atlanta, why do you respect the ATL rapper so much? Because it feels like home, right?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of those rappers, you have to look at each individual case as to how they came up. If you're talking about Jeezy, that's a damn near no-brainer. Number one, because they were
Jeezy's
throwing.
Not from Atlanta.
He's not from Atlanta.
I will say, but he's from South. He's from South
BMF
Georgia.
was throwing money around and creating business opportunities for people like water. So like when money starts flowing, bro, everybody's happy. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it builds it. When you have the TIs who were trap guys at one point in time and pop bottles every fucking week and poured people shots every week, you develop a connection. That's where they got their hometown love from. But when you talk to 90% of them, right? Most of them let you know that it was outside of the city that popped them off. It was like for Bootsy, Louisiana's his hometown. People loved him in Louisiana, but he didn't get national recognition until people outside of Louisiana reported that they fuck with him.
But guess what? Boosie still goes back to his community.
Oh, of course. After you make it, you got to do that. Guess what? Yeah, you got to do that.
That's why it's important when you're starting off and whatever career or dream that you're trying to pursue and you're trying to reach fans.
Well, you can say that too, but then you got people like T-Pain who don't really fuck with Tallahassee like that because Tallahassee don't fuck with them.
Here we go.
No, hey, he said it himself. He said it himself, man. He said it himself. Deal with the millions of people and people that's outside, man.
Tell them, Sam.
Fuck them folk, man. Fuck them folk.
Mike D Entertainment, G Will Entertainment, man. Come back and I'm saying have a conversation because we got. We gotta
wrap it up. But DJ Deceptacon, can mention him now.
Going on, man. But again, go ahead and let them folks know what you got coming up, what you're working on in 2026, man.
Oh man, I got a plan to drop my debut album in 2026. I haven't got a full date yet. I'm just getting back into the studio, week by week, just to keep making projects. And
what's the code?
when I finally get everything solidified, I'll come out with a drop date. But I'm back, man. I'm blessed to be here, and thank y'all for having me. For real, man.
This girl not in there.
It's been great conversations.
Until Greg starts talking over you, you know what I'm saying?
Or until G walks out the room and slams the door.
Yeah,
and,
Greg's not allowed on the interview no more.
It's cool though.
Greg not allowed to be on the interview no more.
We gonna do that. No. So hold on. Give me my last thing in. Let the OG have the last word.
Oh my God, his words are too long, so we're gonna say it for him.
Hold on.
So in April, there's a concert coming up in April. We will drop the link for the tickets down below if the link is available. Y'all please go and support G Will ENT on all platforms.
Ann Arbor, Michigan, and that's why some of y'all bitch ass motherfucking artists from Atlanta ain't gonna be on the show.
Yeah,
because y'all think y'all are too good. I'm the one that put you motherfuckers on. I'm the one that put you on. But see, that's why you're, in the words of Kodak Black, that's why you're still spinning and doing bitch ass shows at a fucked up movie studio. I'm doing event centers, bitch. You can't come to Ann Arbor, Michigan. You got a problem with it? 4 words. Do something about it.
I don't think they're doing anything great. But
that's why they're bitches.
All right, we out.
That's why y'all are bitches. I'm the one that put y'all on. Yes, I'm out of pocket, but guess what? Y'all up there getting fucked in your ass up at the north side of Marietta because you don't know how to make money outside of this town. You don't like what I'm saying? Do something about it. There's one bitch ass motherfucker I used to work with. Fuck.
All right, man, we got it.